guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time I'm doing another Before It's Out video. Now, if you guys don't know what that is, basically it's a web series where we're taking a look at a Transformers toy before it gets released, so take everything with a grain of salt. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Transformers Studio Series Optimus Prime Leader Class toy. Now, before we talk about this, I need to mention that, yes, the Optimus Prime core figure is basically the same thing as the Optimus Prime from Studio Series. I believe it's number 32, if I'm not mistaken. We already had the Revenge of the Fallen version, which I have, but I kind of skipped out for a while on the second version of it because I felt like we would get the leader class and it would have the same mold. I was thinking, okay, why would they redesign it except to implement the Jetwing part? But I feel like because Optimus Prime was already a combiner piece as is, they wouldn't need to do that. And that seems to be the case. So I was right about that. And so I don't need that Voyager class toy. Maybe I'll get it just to have it separate from everything else. But I could also use the money to buy some other Transformer toy, so I don't need it. And it also seems to come with the same gun that that Voyager class Optimus Prime had. I thought that at the very least, it wouldn't come with the same weapon, but some of the stock images show it with that same gun. So I'm not exactly too sure what's going on there. In the stock images I'm seeing, it doesn't have it, but I'm seeing a spot where it could be placed, so I think that's what's going on. But anyways, take a look at the Optimus Prime. It's got some yellow onto the front, which I really do like. I think that really pops, but it does have the red and blue. Yes, it's got the short smokestacks. I believe that's just because the pin gets shoved through that, and I think it'd be a little too much plastic to have the smokestacks taller. I think that if they were, then that pin would probably break the smokestacks as they're plugging it in. But anyways, clear windscreen, which is nice. But the Optimus Prime in truck mode is basically the same thing that we already know about. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. I wanted to talk about the trailer. Now, the trailer has this undercarriage section that kind of sticks out, and it doesn't have a lot of color, and definitely needed the blue stripe. If you want a more elaborate discussion about this, check out the Prime vs. Prime video on it. But one thing I have been spotting is that the wheels seem off-center, or off balance. So I don't know if there's like a sliding piece that they just didn't rework or anything. Just a little concerning that maybe there's something going on to where the wheel just kind of plops into place or it doesn't line up. I guess if the wheel was loose, it wouldn't really matter. Because if the wheel was loose, maybe it will still roll properly. You know, it's just gravity would drop it down, but just something that I've spotted. I do like the front section of the trailer itself. I do kind of wish that the trailer had ports throughout it to plug weapons. Do you remember the MechTech? I believe it was the Deluxe class Optimus Prime that came with the trailer, and the trailer had a whole bunch of holes on the side to where you can attach MechTech weapons. I believe the Supreme or the Jetwing Optimus Prime could also do the same thing. I kind of wish that this had the same gimmick going for it, just for that playability. But at least you don't have anything that's obstructive in the sense of that. I mean, you do have the undercarriage and kibble like that, but you don't have a whole bunch of holes going out throughout the entire thing. I mean, you can see the little holes on the sides, but I think that's just for the joints itself. You don't see peg holes all throughout it. Taking a look at the trailer section in its display form, in its weapon display form, I think this was a very clever touch. I really do like the idea of this, even though the Jetwing part kind of gets away with just, you know, not transforming into the trailer itself, but I'm not even sure if that whole thing was the trailer itself or part of the trailer. But anyways, taking a look at this, you got the cannons for the full Jetwing form. You also have the axe, which is pretty cool. You also have that shield piece. Which makes me think, and with the sword too, that we might get a Sentinel Prime down the road. I feel like we have to at this point. We've got the Megatron, we've got the Optimus Prime, we need the Sentinel Prime, especially with that axe and everything that it comes with. Maybe Shockwave too, but I feel like Sentinel Prime is coming. I just... when? And before anyone says, well, there was a listing for it, I think that listing for Sentinel Prime and Soundwave and whatnot was fake, but that's a whole nother story. But I do like the choice of weapons. I'm not sure if that sword is the same sword that came with the Revenge of the Fallen version. And again, there are some stock images that show him with the gun that came with the Voyager. So again, you don't need that Voyager Prime. Unless you want to display Optimus Prime by himself, or maybe against Bone Crusher. Taking a look at the Jetwing form, one thing that I will complain about is the color scheme on some of the other images and display photos make the gray look a little too bright. And on here you can see that the guns just have two different colors. It didn't look great in person, but maybe they're trying to fix that. I also pointed out that the reason why I think that the Optimus Prime would be the same as that Voyager is because Jetfire comes with an extra abdomen piece that's pretty much the same as that Voyager one, and I was thinking, okay, why does he come with that to swap it out? Well, maybe it's because the Dark of the Moon version of Optimus Prime has the six-pack form, and so you could swap it out with that. But anyways, the Jetwing pack itself, I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like the hinges. I think it's fine, but I think it could have been improved. There's just some hollow bits that kind of ruin it for me. I don't really care too much about hollow bits if it can hide in certain poses, but you're looking at this straight on and it just looks like kind of like a hollow mess. I'm not sure if the wing edges have like missiles on it. That would be cool. But yeah, I mean, I don't think this is that bad. I look at this and I think, is that really worth the $70? And then I'm reminded, oh yeah, he comes with that whole frame section. Which, by the way, you could put Optimus Prime in that frame section, which I think is a pretty cool idea. My overall opinion on this Optimus Prime, I'm glad I waited and didn't get the Voyager one, because this one is the same thing, but with more. And I think that's cool. Could have been improved? I think so. Especially with that $70 price tag, I think the paint job for the trailer, the Jetwing, and the cannons could have been way better. But I don't think this is a bad set. If you're into that Optimus Prime and was getting it anyways to combine with Jetfire, I think you should get this one. Because for an extra, how much it is, you get a lot more out of it. So, I definitely want this. I definitely want the Jetfire. Of course, now you're paying for 2 Leader Class toys, and with modern day, that's a lot. But I think this is your best bet. At least for playability and what you can do and how much it has, this is pretty cool. So with that out of the way, that is pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, don't spend doodads. I like the toy, and I can't wait to get it. And I will see you guys next time.